All right, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Bung Pod. I'm your host, Wine Wonder Boy, and we got Jazzy J. Jazzy,
Hey,
what up? We got a you guys are wild. We got a fun episode today. We got a very fun episode today. We have a special guest here. Please welcome Coley. Hello. I call her Coley. You can call her Nicole. She is here because she loves bubbles and she works in the wine industry. So she's here to hang out with us, and we're going to talk about everything bubbles and sparkling wine and champagne, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a few things here. What'd you bring?
I brought a canned Karma bubbles.
A can.
Ooh.
A can. Oh,
Give an
drink
applause
this
for
guy
that.
first. Can.
Round of applause.
It's old world.
Old world can bubbles. So this is a bubbly rosé. Is this Méthode Champenoise as well, or it's not? Do you know what kind of method it is? I don't know.
She knows it's canned.
Mhm.
She knows it's canned.
And it's bubbly.
Goes on the boat really
yeah,
well.
This comes.
Great for a boat ride.
Mhm.
This comes from Karma Vineyards in Lake Chelan. This is a rosé. So Karma doesn't only do cans, do they?
No, sir.
What do they do?
Méthode Champenoise.
Méthode Champenoise, pretty much everything.
Yes.
Okay.
They also have bourbon and regular cider and
My
wine
glass.
as well.
Got a little schmutz in my glass.
Schmutz.
All right, I got it out.
Well,
They do bourbon?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Cheers.
The bubbles.
I was wrong. Scotch. They do Scotch.
Scotch.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. Good.
It's pretty solid bubbles.
I think this is actually my first can.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Every time you brought them, I either
I
was-
drink them.
Yeah, or I was like sober for who knows what reason.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. No, they're good.
But yeah, so they sell in bottles. I've had their Meunier, which is my favorite. Pinot Meunier is probably one of my favorite sparkling wines, period. I think it's amazing. It has so much depth and character to it. And I'm so happy that Karma does it. But it's a members only thing.
Yeah.
I can
Unless you know people.
unless you know people, which I know a few, so I
I
can
know a couple people.
get somewhat at. I love that. Their Brut is amazing. Their Blanc de Blanc is amazing. So they don't only
love
do
Karma.
cans, people. They don't only do cans. They do bottles too. Really high quality Méthode Champenoise domestically in Washington State. So it's fucking rad. I love it.
This is basically just like leftover juice,
Yeah.
and they put it into cans for like easy access.
Boat rides.
Boat rides.
Easy boat rides.
Easy boat rides.
That's perfect.
It is
so
perfect.
one can is equivalent to 2 glasses? Is that right?
Like 1.5.
1.5, 1.67
God, you could just crush
glasses. You
those,
can
dude.
really
Oh,
just
I do.
yeah, you can really slam these, especially
Yeah.
in the summertime.
Yeah.
There's a video.
Wow. Oh, that's
that
cool.
Maybe I'll leak to the bung pod of me at Karma. Just kind of back to our last episode of the can you put your mouth around a whole flute?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a video I might leak to you. Oh, I can easily do this.
Oh,
That's easy.
Oh my
Flip.
god.
clip that. Clip that.
Let the games begin.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this is really solid for a can. And also I read on the can it says, which is kind of cool, 12 cents per can will be donated to the underprivileged and homeless. Please let us know if you
So when do you get those checks?
have a need
know.
near you.
They're way behind.
That is pretty cool. 11% each can. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn, they should donate to me,
Me too.
the homeless.
homeless. The homeless.
The ho-miss.
The
I
homeless.
don't think they'd donate to hoes.
Damn. Well, they kind of do.
They kind of done it to host. Oh my gosh. Crazy people up in here. You guys are nuts. So, can I ask you a question? Nicole?
Yes.
You like sparkling wine a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of draws you to bubbles?
To the sparkles.
Yeah.
I like the that.
Ooh.
That's my favorite.
That's your favorite? Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby.
I just like the mouthfeel. I like the effervescence.
Effervescence?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's easy to drink.
It's super easy to drink.
It's a good warm weather or wintertime weather.
Oh yeah.
All
totally.
weather.
Totally.
Ooh, nice. So I'm gonna give another business, a local business, a shout out real quick. There's a new wine shop in Wenatchee. It is called Cave Noir. It is on Wenatchee Avenue, downtown Wenatchee. That's where I got these 2 bottles of bubbles from. They have international wines there. They have local wines,
What?
mostly international.
Why have we not been?
They just opened up.
Because you don't leave fucking Manson.
Oh, right.
It's true. You don't leave the town at all.
I went to Walmart and had a fucking panic attack.
That's why I'm here.
So
Drink.
wine shop, wine bar. They also, her husband makes wine as well, so they serve his wines there as a tasting room,
Oh.
that's
which is
cool.
pretty cool. I haven't tasted their wines yet because I was kind of in and out looking for bubbles for this episode. So yeah, so this one here, the first one I opened of the bottles is
You want some of mine?
I'm good. I got
is
more.
a Brut Premier Cru Blanc de Noir from Pierre Trichet in Champagne. And this is 50% Pinot Meunier and 50% Pinot Noir.
Awesome.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. A true champagne.
A true champagne.
Yep.
I love it.
And then the other one is a Cava.
Nicole's like,
The other one is a Cava. So
ooh.
for those that
okay.
don't know about Cava, it is an awesome, awesome little secret, especially if you're searching for value wine.
Yeah.
I know
totally.
one of our podcasts, I don't remember which one, maybe the first one, definitely the 4th one that we did. We talked a little bit about networking. Oh, I'm sorry. You're empty. You're empty. I'll give you the Cava. Let's do the Cava first. You guys are wild.
Don't
He likes me
him.
better.
Here you go. So we did talk a little bit about networking, and this is another one of those high value wines. So really good value means great quality for the price that you pay for it. And this
Yeah,
is
I think that was our last podcast.
the episode 4, I believe. So this is one. Cava is Méthode Champenoise in Spain.
So can you explain what that means?
Yeah. So it's a little bit outside of Barcelona, if you will. Yeah, it's more
There we go.
more on the coast, the Mediterranean coast there. But Cava is Spanish grapes,
Mm-hmm.
Méthode Champenoise. So it's a champagne method.
So can you explain what that method, like, what is that method?
So
Explain how that method is different from others.
So a step-by-step process. Méthode Champenoise was created by a monk in the 1600s by the name of Dom Pérignon. And so that is a very obviously popular wine, high-quality wine from Champagne, from Moët and Chandon. He created the Méthode Champenoise method because what do Catholic monks do? They study the Bible and commit themselves to one laborious task for the rest of their lives. And he chose to make champagne, which is fucking awesome. So cheers to Dom Pérignon for being a G. I love that.
Fuck, maybe I should become a monk.
So, all right, guys, take a break for a minute because if you enjoy the show, I have some amazing news for you. Do you want exclusive content, more episodes per week, behind-the-scenes snippets, discounts every time we drop some dope-ass merch? Do you want your opinions and hot takes to be heard on the show and be a producer on the show? Because if you do, head to patreon.com/officialbungpod. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to see your hot takes. We want your opinions. We want to cover your topics on this show. Just be a part of the Bung Pod Jabroni gang. Head to patreon.com/officialbungpod. Now let's get back. So what do you make?
No.
No.
Not today, at least.
So Méthode Champenoise is a very intricate technical process. So you make still white wine the way you're just going to make all white wines. You're going to pick it a little earlier, possibly. Make sure the sugars are pretty low in it. And then after you make the still wine, you create what is called a tirage. It's a mixture of that still wine, sugar, and yeast. And so that's fermenting. You get it started a little bit, and then you put that mixture in with the whole tank of wine. You keep circulating the tank, and then you bottle each bottle individually with a crown cap on it, and then you set it down for a period of time. And this is called tirage. It's where the wine is actually fermenting inside the bottle and it's leaving lees.
And what would be like the minimum year or months that you would leave it in bottle?
Minimum would be like a year.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
want a solid year on this.
You want a solid year. A year honestly isn't enough. With true champagne, especially Dom Pérignon, when they have a certain vintage, they'll do like 2, 3, sometimes 5 years
Oh, awesome.
in tirage, where it's just laying there, sitting on the lees. And so in champagne, you get this like kind of brioche, toasty component that all comes from the lees contact in tirage. And during tirage, you want to riddle it. Veuve Clicquot came up with this A-frame situation where each bottle is on a certain angle, and then you riddle it a quarter turn every single day until.
And do you do that by hand?
They do
or
that.
You can.
You
right?
can, yeah. The traditional way is to do it by hand, which is very laborious and takes a fucking long time.
It can be dangerous.
And yeah, it can be dangerous.
How?
I know.
Fucking drop that bitch and pops up and
Poosh.
I know one of my favorite.
That sounds fun.
One of my
Try
favorite
it.
champagne houses is called Réunart in Champagne. It's a grower champagne, really high quality shit. And they have one guy that's salaried. His only job is to riddle a quarter turn every single day. So he knows what he's doing for this whole day. He just goes in, does the same thing every day, and leaves. Oh, that's Mr. Finley.
Hi, Finley.
Hi, Finn. It's our dog. So he does a quarter turn every single day until the lees is completely compacted on the neck of the bottle. After that happens, you flash freeze the neck of the bottle, sometimes using dry ice, sometimes using a more technology that came out recent history, quote unquote, that flash freezes that lees. And then you take a bottle opener, take the crown cap off, and it pops out, shoots like a rocket. And then that's when you do your dosage. And dosage is a mixture of the wine that you put in it originally and also some sugar. And that's where you're going to do your level of sweetness. Like this is brut. Even less sweet than that, there's extra brut. Even less sweet, there's brut nature or brut nature or sans
You're
dosage.
such a nerd sometimes.
Yeah, you know. And then after that, you cork it and you cage it
Cork.
like this. So it is a process, and Dom Pérignon is a genius for creating this, and I love it.
Yeah,
Um,
delicious. So,
yeah.
can I get a champagne in the United States that's made here?
No, ma'am.
Would you like to tell me about that?
No, ma'am.
You can tell me. Where do I find champagne?
France.
Okay, where do I find Prosecco?
At the grocery store.
Italy. At the grocery store. Italy makes some amazing Prosecco.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then Spain
Cava.
Cava.
is what we're drinking now.
Although Prosecco isn't Méthode Champenoise. It's a
No.
It is fourth carbonation in a tank, which is why it's so cheap because there's not as much labor involved with it. But it is really good
That's
if
why
you get.
we can
That's
get
why
at the
we.
grocery
That's why we
store.
like it.
Yeah.
The grocery store.
Yeah, this cava. So cava is made with Spanish grapes. It is Méthode Champenoise, and so these grapes are Macabeo, Zorello, Periata, and there's a few others, but not in this bottle apparently. So Macabeo, Zorello, and Periata.
And those are the grape varietals.
Those are the grape varieties in Spain,
In Spain.
for Méthode Champenoise. Yeah. There's a
Okay.
few other ones, but yeah, this is really solid. I think for especially the price.
Very.
It's fantastic.
I get some bread on the nose.
What kind of bread?
This one kind of is more sourdoughy. I feel like champagne's like Dom Perignon's kind of more brioche. This is more sourdough.
Can see that.
I can see. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now that you say it. What?
Like when someone tells you it smells
You're
like
gonna
fucking dirty
skip.
socks, and you're like, oh
What?
yeah, I got that.
It's probably because the
Wet gravel.
glass is
Oh,
polished with
yeah.
red.
I get the gravel. Sorry.
Oh, one thing about champagne flutes. Do you want to tell us something about champagne flutes?
Yeah. Not these.
Well,
Do you have one?
I don't have any.
Oh, I should have brought some. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they etch 5 little holes into the very bottom of the glass. And once you pour the bubbles in, it continuously circulates. That's how this was explained to me.
So that's why you see the string
The
of bubbles
string
go
of
up
bubbles
every
up
single.
and just every. But if you pour it into bubbles into a wine glass, you're not going to have that because it doesn't have the etching bottom.
That's interesting.
And I've heard, overheard from you the other day,
Oh dear.
which is probably not true, but
Let's go.
Let's go.
that she heard that you can actually get more of a flavor and taste out of a normal glass
Mhm.
than compared to a
True.
Ian
True.
told me that.
True. Yeah. I have a white wine glass,
Mhm.
ideally. These ones are more.
reddish.
These are universal glasses, both of these, but they are good white wine glasses
Mhm.
as well. Yeah, so most sommeliers will tell you that drinking champagne or Méthode Champenoise or whatever sparkling bubbles, if you drink it out of a white wine glass, you're going to get a lot more flavor profile out of it. You can swirl it. You can stick your nose in the glass like this and smell everything about the wine in it. So a good champagne flute that can do that is the tulip
Mhm.
shape. So it's the one that kind of curves out a little bit and then on the very top makes a curve inward and has a larger opening than a normal champagne flute would have. And that, so it creates a kind of like, you know how like burgundy glasses are very bulbous on the
Yes.
bottom? It's almost the opposite effect. So it's kind of it goes out and creates a bulb on the top so you can actually get those aromas. And then you can swirl it a little bit
Mhm.
in that glass and stick your nose in it. So that's why I like tulips a lot. If I have to do a flute of some sort, I would like some tulips here at my house. But I have to
It's
get the right
almost
one.
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We know what Ian wants.
Oh yeah, let me just whip that out of my
Mhm.
ass.
Still waiting on my hope pain. I'm like, then I got you.
Yeah, Cava is really good, especially for the value. I think this.
I like this one
Fuck.
a lot.
I want to
Yeah,
say
it's
this Cava was like $20 or so.
I have to go to Walmart.
It's like $25, $30.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
This guy was. I'll have you guess what.
We'll have to taste it
what the
first.
Premier Cru champagne is.
Okay.
It's very interesting.
Have you had it?
Interesting. The price point is
The
interesting.
price point is interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should have started with that one.
No.
Oh.
No, I want to see the difference between all of them and end with the champagne.
Okay.
And then go back to them
And then
For my-
revisit.
for our Patreon episode.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of,
Yes.
And that's where we clip in.
gotcha. And that's where we clip in. There you go. Patreon.com/officialbungpod. All right, guys, take a break for a minute because if you enjoy the show, I have some amazing news for you. Do you want exclusive content, more episodes per week, behind-the-scenes snippets, discounts every time we drop some dope-ass merch? Do you want your opinions and hot takes to be heard on the show and be a producer on the show? Because if you do, head to patreon.com/officialbungpod. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to see your hot takes. We want your opinions. We want to cover your topics on this show. Just be a part of the Bung Pod Jabroni gang. Head to patreon.com/officialbungpod. Now let's get back to it.
TikTok and Instagram.
And Instagram. And the YouTube.
Shameless. Oh my god.
All right, I want to try the champagne here.
Fuck,
Me
you
too.
guys.
Well, clipping such a pussy. There you go. Good girl. I'll let him pour it for you first.
Oh, bless
You're
your
welcome.
heart.
Thank you.
I feel like these bubbles are a lot more consistent
Yeah.
than the other two were, which is very interesting.
Oh, wow. That smells odd.
Odd. Great.
Smell it.
What if I don't like it?
You're still going to drink it.
I know. Oh,
Right?
It's a little reductive.
I don't know what that means.
So reductive.
That's why we
Reductive.
brought you on the show, is so we can explain these things. to
You're
our
welcome.
viewers.
What is
When
that?
something has a hint of reduction, it kind of smells like it's like a struck match
Yeah.
almost, or like flintiness, like a
Yeah,
flint,
I'd
like
say
a
more of
flintstone.
flintiness on this.
Yeah, like a struck flintstone. Not like the vitamins or the cartoon.
I was just gonna start singing from that.
Oh my god. Clip it.
This does happen with higher
Put your
quality, old world wines, and also higher quality new world wines as well. It's just an SO2 thing. That's what people say.
This is really interesting. I didn't do that.
Huh.
Right?
Very light.
Mhm. It is a rosé.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, for the people just listening.
This is a rosé
Oh, okay.
of Meunier and Pinot Noir. Pierre Trichet.
I didn't think it would taste at all like that after what it smelled like.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's a
This is really
rosé, it kind of
interesting.
has a little more fruit, but there's a lot of mineral going on, and a lot of that is because of where it's grown, the areas. So it usually has a lot of Kimmeridgian marl as the stone quality in Champagne. Also in the Loire Valley has a lot of Kimmeridgian marl as well.
Marble?
It's more kind of chalky. It's more like chalk.
Oh.
Then in like Burgundy, you get more limestone. In Champagne, you get more chalk quality. And there's an ongoing debate in the wine community. Some people say that it doesn't matter where you grow the grapes. Like the minerality doesn't come from the
bullshit.
soil. But I call bullshit on that. I'm more in the camp of terroir, where there is such thing as terroir. For those that don't know what terroir is, it's anything having to do with the natural components of where a grape is planted. So it could be the slope aspect. It could be how the sun hits it, the soil type that it's on, et cetera, et cetera. The microclimates it has, like everything about it. That's terroir. That's what makes a grape grow a certain way. And then when you make wine out of that grape, it expresses itself in a certain way that represents the terroir. Like when you go to Santa Barbara, there's a lot of, I know I relate everything to Santa Barbara, but I know it really well. That's why I'm putting an example. So in Santa Rita Hills, it's very foggy. So the fog comes from the ocean. And so you get a marine layer almost all the time there. And so the Pinot Noirs have a very salty kind of olive
Ooh.
tapenade component to it. And so that's
Okay.
why it smells salty in the
Mhm.
vineyards over there, like everything about it. And also the soil types in Santa Rita Hills are more of diatomaceous earth. And so it's fossilized sea life. So that's also where you get some saltiness from it. So it's like
That's amazing.
You know what
I
else
love
has
this.
saltiness.
These nuts.
these milk.
Cheers.
You're welcome. What else is salty, Jasmine?
No, that's exactly where I was going.
Don't know why you guys have me here.
That's exactly why I have you
This is
here.
good. Have you had Sucandi's wines?
No, I don't know.
Anything from Sucandi? Oops, that dropped.
I don't think so. Is it a winery?
No, it's an area.
An area?
Yeah, Sucandi.
Where?
Sucandi's nuts.
I'm like, you're just falling into this one.
I should know better with this guy.
Right?
Where's
I
that?
got you good on that one. Got you good on that
You
one.
like look at the world map above.
I know, I'm like,
huh.
Africa? Sucandi's.
Sucandi's.
I love you.
You didn't finish your sentence, but okay.
I don't need to.
I I literally did. Like,
I
I don't know that I've had those before.
I'm just like over here, like, oh, Nicole. Oh, Nicole.
I'm glad you let me follow through.
I know. I was like
I'm
over
glad you
here
let me follow
smiling,
through.
like I know. Where
Had I
you're
looked
going.
at you, I would have known better.
You like playing with the cage. Are you
The cage
trying to
loves
say
you.
that you want to be in a cage right now with your?
I kind of feel like it.
Which one was your favorite?
They're all very unique.
Mm-hmm.
I like
This
the
one-
flavor of this one.
I was gonna say I like the flavor. I don't know if I like the smell.
I don't like the smell at
I
all.
like the smell and the.
It gets
Gosh.
better longer than it's. Yeah, it still smells like when
Sparkling,
Like when you-
baby.
when you pull the sheets off. When you let me do punch downs once a year with you,
Mm-hmm.
and you pull the sheet off, and that like first like initial like scent. That's what this smells like to me.
So yeah, that would be reduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Right.
would be the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that I know what reduction is.
Yeah.
I smell reduction.
Yes.
Okay.
Or rather, it smells reductive.
It's okay. Okay, it smells
Yeah.
reductive.
Now you just sound so intelligent.
I always contribute reductiveness to high quality wines
Okay.
because it shows the lack of oxygen that was allowed
Mhm.
to the winemaking process. So the more you move wine and the more it's in a tank where it has headspace, the less the more character and complexities leave that wine. And so a lot of people in France, they take great heed to minimizing oxygen exposure when they're making wines. And then they also add SO2, which is sulfur dioxide sulfites, which do not cause headaches, people. Relax, okay? Sulfites don't cause headaches. I digress. We can go over that later at some point, but and so yeah, it's just lack of oxygen, which can make it reductive.
I like this. This is my favorite one.
This is your favorite one?
I like the scent of this one though.
This
This is just easy pounding.
That's just when I'm trying to drink, which was a good start. What the fuck is in your head?
I don't know. Walmart. Still in shock over having to go
To
there.
be there. Oh my god! More people! Oh my god.
Dude,
Makes me
Walmart's
think
actually
of-
not cheap.
Huh?
Okay, people are like, "Oh, Walmart, poor people go there." I'm like, dude, I've shopped at Walmart like a
No,
lot,
actually,
and it's
that's
not
my
that
favorite
cheap.
place to go.
No, I got stuff for stockings, and It was like $140
Yeah, it's
for
ridiculous.
2 stockings.
Stupid.
It's
Yeah.
stupid.
I'll never forget our Walmart story.
It's the best.
So we had to get stockings in a pinch.
No.
That will be for our Patreon
I
episode.
was gonna say
Go to our Patreon episode to hear where we started our relationship.
when I first fell in
Oh,
love with
yeah.
Jasmine, or I was mortified. I couldn't tell.
Honestly, though.
It's a good story. Oh my god, that's a hilarious story. I love that.
Yeah, we'll drop it on the next one.
One of my
But
favorite Jasmine stories.
Yeah.
You gotta join Patreon and follow us to get that story.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna pour myself a little more here so we can do a goodbye
do.
cheers to all the people. Let me pound this so I can get another hit.
Woohoo!
There you go.
Well, that's a little tasting.
All right, so let's rank these real quick before we go.
Oh, you were gonna have us guess how much we thought it was.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Or should we put that on the next episode?
Oh, we can do it now.
All
It's
right.
fine.
$89.
Okay. Ding.
25.
25?
Oof. You went on the under. Okay.
Yeah,
It was 45.
Really?
literally just middle ball there.
45, and this guy was like 28.
These are 20 for a 4-pack.
Okay. And good pounders for the summertime. Shout out Karma. And we're gonna
Here I am.
and we're gonna cheers you guys goodbye. Thank you for listening to the Bung Pod. Go to patreon.com/official Bung Pod for more exclusive content and more episodes and whatnot. Cheers,
Cheers, bitches.